we have to go back to what we understand Naam to be. That is the awareness of its presence. We know that this master is divine. It's often said to be high, unachievable, unreachable, unfathomable, infinite, and yet it's within us at the same time, but it's everywhere else at the same time. So what is the name of it? The name of it is our awareness of it. When we remember it, when we're aware of it, we unlock the access to that oneness. That oneness is always there, whether we remember it or not. Most of the day we are walking around with our heads in the clouds, the fog of our own thoughts, of our mind. Naam is something that cuts through that fog. It's the clarity, it's the ability to see beyond the haze of the mind. So Naam is the access, is the key to awareness, to remembering. All day our mind is lost in everyday thoughts. What is it that makes you remember it? What is it that at one point changes your thought and says, actually I remember you? What has that power? We can look at a sunset and we can say, wow, that's beautiful. But there has to be something inside of us that actually attributes that sunset to someone. That is when we start using Naam. We can look at a sunset, a rainbow, and say, amazing. But until we say, actually, I can see the one who's making it. Wow, thank you for that. Until we actually acknowledge that there is a presence behind it, then we are in Naam. When you're acknowledging just for a moment that there is someone behind it, there's something behind this beauty, then we are remembering Naam. Because even to say, wow, that sunset is beautiful, look at that rainbow, in fact that's just another thought. It's nothing more than a thought. You have the same thought when an expensive car drives past. You say, wow, look at that car. Or when some jewelry or some diamonds or something catches your eye, you say, wow, look at that. What's the difference when you're saying, wow, look at the rainbow? It's just another thought. Cutting through that thought is when you acknowledge that there is a presence behind that creativity. So Naam is awareness of presence. That there is a presence behind everything. So this is the key to unlock the access to it. But even if we say Naam is a key, even if we say Naam is like a bridge that gets us to that point of awareness, is it still fair to say that the key or the bridge is higher or better than what it is that we're accessing? How can the key to something be better than the something itself? How can the name of God be more important or more greater than the God itself? We have to remember that God has no name. That is why Gurbani uses an infinite number of names to try and get you to remember this oneness. It's Ik, it's Oankar, it's Karta Purkh, it is Akal, it is Ram, it is Allah, it is Vaheguru, it's Kareem, it's Rahim. The names are endless. But Guru Gobind Singh Ji says in the Japji that it is Anam. It actually has no name. God needs no name for himself. The divine doesn't need a name. It is not waiting for someone to call its name. It has nobody to call its name. It requires no one to acknowledge its presence. Its very existence is its name. Everything it does is its name. It doesn't need a word. Everything is its word. Everything is happening by its word. So the divine needs no name. So who does need the name? We do. We need the key to unlock that treasure. The treasure is there. The treasure is shining brightly. It doesn't need anyone to acknowledge it. If you touch that treasure, you're only going to make it dirty. You can add no value to that treasure. The treasure is valuable by itself. And if you want to access that treasure, you need a key. Now along comes the Guru and hands you a key. What value will you place on that key? What is more important? The treasure or the ability to get to that treasure? Without that key, your access to that treasure is locked out. The key is the bridge, the access point, the entry. You need that key more than anything. That key is the entry point to rising above the mind, above the body, above your senses, above your thoughts, above your emotions, above your attachments, above your memories. You rise above all of these and you unlock the infinite experience. What value will you give to something that can unlock that for you? Because without that Naam, without that key, without that awareness, you're back. You fall back down into the swamp of the mind. So that key is your golden ticket. Each time you have the key, each time you use the key, it is a ladder that takes you out of the swamp. It is the bridge that carries you across. Naam is the boat that carries you across the ocean, the terrifying world ocean. How many times does Gurbani tell us that? What will you do to get on board that boat? Is at that point when you're drowning, the destination more important or the boat that can get you out of trouble? Uche upar ucha nao. Naam is the most valuable thing that the Guru gives you. Every time you get the Naam, every time you use that Naam, you're going back home. And these are the words from Guru Nanak, who has trodden that path, who has crossed that bridge, unlocked that treasure, and he's come back and he's holding the key in his hand. And he has one for each and every single one of you. Naam is the lifeline. Without Naam, without the awareness, you are lost in your own self-awareness. Unlock the key and you unlock your potential, your experience away from the individual to the infinite. So we're now no longer interested in valuing and quantifying how great this oneness is. We just need to hold on to that key. And nothing else is more important to you. Not anything in this material world, not even your family, your closest friends. None of those will go with you. Because in the end, that key needs to be the thing that you hold on to. So this oneness is vast, it's great, it's a treasure, but we cannot know its limit. Guruji goes on to say, Evar ucha hove koe. Evar ucha, as high as this, evar means eho jeha, like this. As high as this. Hove koi, if someone is. When you've unlocked that key to that treasure and you realize how infinite it is, only something as infinite as it can value it. Only something as big as the treasure can value that treasure. We are small, we are insignificant. If we want to know how big this is, it can only be done by someone who is as big. Evar ucha hove koe, tis uche ko jane soe. Only they can know that elevation, that elevated being. That someone could know that elevated one. Tis uche ko jane soe. Only that soe, that one, that being can be known by somebody as great as it. And is there anything as great as the oneness? Is there anything else except the oneness? So Guru Nanak Dev Ji clarifies that there is nothing that can know this. Jevar aap jane aap. Only you, Jevar aap jane, know aap. You yourself. Only you yourself know yourself. This is Guru Nanak Dev Ji reminding us of the trap of ego that we can fall into when we go into a spiritual path, when we walk along this path. That every step of the way there is a possibility for us to fall back into the swamp of ego. At some point in your journey, during your great experiences, during your great travels, the things that you see, the things that you experience, you can say, wow, I know. And as soon as you say, I know, you fall. It's like in Monopoly where you have to go back to jail. And what do you need to get out of that jail? You need a key to get you out again, and you start again. At any point, if you think you know, that spiritual ego has come in. You may have dropped every other ego. The ego of being a father, a husband, a son, a brother, a professional, a student. You may have dropped all of your worldly egos, but you're always at risk of being left with the one ego that says, I've dropped my ego. And that ego is the hardest ego to see, because it convinces itself that it's dropped itself. If we have Naam, the mind can create an ego out of it. I have the key. I am special, I am chosen. If I practice Naam, ego can occur. I know how to use this key. If we unlock that divine treasure, ego can come in. Naam Simran is working for me. I have reached the higher stage of meditation. So the I is never far away. And at any moment, it's right behind you, ready to trap you and ready to intoxicate you with the drug of knowing. That sense of self-worth, I know. It's constantly trying to lure you with that drug. And it is nothing more than a drug. And it is the most sweet and intoxicating and tasty drug. That drug of self-importance. That intoxication of superiority. Guru Nanak Dev Ji has no room for that. At every point he says, only you know. Jevar aap jane aap. I know nothing, I am nothing. Naam is the only antidote to this drug. When you say, I know, you're meditating on yourself. When you say, I am not, all there is you, you lift yourself out of that intoxication of ego. Jevar aap jane aap Nanak nadari karmi daat. Nanak says that graceful one graces us with gifts. It is your gift, it is your grace, it is your divine, sweet blessing that you have shown us the way out of this. Nanak says, Nadari. That Nadari means the one who is graceful. That graceful one, Karmi Daat, graces us with gifts. Knowing that the treasure exists, even knowing that there is a way out of this swamp, is a gift. You weren't born with that knowledge. It is a gift that you even know that there is a way out of this. Knowing that a key exists is a gift. Being handed the key is a gift. Knowing how to use the key is a gift. Unlocking the treasure is a gift. And once you receive the treasure, even that is a gift. It is not your effort, it is not your doing. This is the journey of losing the ego. So losing the ego should not be a reason for you to gain an ego. Look at me, I'm losing my ego. Look how much ego I've lost. Very easy to do this. I must be the most egoless person around. At any time, you must know that the me can come back. I, me, myself. I did this by myself. This is a trap. Be vigilant at all times of this trap. So the Guru is constantly being so graceful to us to remind us of this trap at any moment. The Guru always wants to get you away from this trap, like a parent trying to keep a child out of harm's way. So many shabads end with this is your grace, this is your grace. Not for Guru Nanak's benefit, it's for our benefit. So Guruji is showing us how to avoid this trap. Nanak nadari karmi daat. Everything is a gift. Every moment is a gift. Every breath is a gift. If you take hankar in anything, then you fall into that trap of ego. Naam is the way out of that. This is your grace. This is your gift. This is why Guruji has spent so much time using this word sift, salah. Your praise, this is your gift. Learning to use this Naam in a way that doesn't build your ego is something that we have to practice, and we have to be aware of the pitfalls at any stage. Because at any moment, the pride of achievement can creep back in. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.